Hello and welcome to another episode of Nuclear Throne. So we're playing on the Nostalgia build on Steam. You can access this by selecting properties and then changing your build. That'll install this very cursed version of the game. There's no settings. There's no pause menu. Apparently the music can just end as well. That's good. I'm really glad I realized that. I spent a while recording another video where when you try to do this with a game capture in OBS, by the way, it just shows up in the top corner of the screen, like a very small window, and I zoomed it in all the way, and then it was blurry as shit. So I realized I should just probably, you know, capture my my monitor instead. So, you know, we're gonna go with that. I want to show some things off. First off, Fish, by the way, he always rolls to the right. I'm holding left. You can see me walking to the left. If I right-click, we roll to the right. You can roll down, or up, maybe? No? He only wants to roll to the right. He's really just a right-leaning kind of a guy, I guess. I don't know. There's also not sound effects for certain things. It's crazy to see how far we've come. Oh, the game that we can play. But I'm gonna be honest, the screen shake does make me a little sick. So I'm gonna try to keep this to a shorter video. But we're just doing it to do it. We're playing the I tried to pause, by the way. It wouldn't allow me to pause. We're back at the main menu. We're gonna do maybe a try-hard-ish run as Crystal. Hope we get an energy sword, I guess, because just about everything else is really hard to use with this much screen shake. My kingdom for a settings menu where I could just turn down the screen shake a little bit, but there ain't nothing like that in this version of the game, so, you know, we'll go with what we've got. Fish can roll, but he can only do it to the right. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be playing like a character like Plant with this version of the game, because, you know, moving faster when I can't tell what's happening on my screen already due to the screen shake seems kind of bad for my health and probability of survival. But yeah, I kind of enjoy doing this anyway. I wasn't around back when this was just the version of the game. People were playing at demos. I believe it was called like Wasteland Kings when it was first announced and stuff, and there were demos at video game conferences or whatever the fuck those things were. I don't know, man. I remember Star talking about it back in the day. Either way, I took Laser Brain, and I had a laser pistol, and whenever I hit anything, including a wall, it would lag my entire computer. So I don't think we want Laser Brain for that reason. I guess we'll take Plutonium Hunger, although maybe Rabbit Paw. My strategy for this run is just going to be take Rhino Skin, take maybe Long Arms, and health mutations, and then see if we can make it to the loosely referred to as loop. I love that little animation, by the way. Okay, it's still the same number of shells to kill Big Bandit, so that's cool. Did you hear that audio glitch in the music? That's crazy. No? Okay. I actually think I would have walked into that. So, also, if you like... Another weird quirk of this version of the game, which is something that takes some getting used to once you notice that it's going on, I'm gonna hold W. I'm still holding W, by the way. You like, cling to walls and continue moving. So whenever you walk into a wall, it does that. Holding left right now, by the way. Holding left. He just clings to a wall. He'll go back and forth. It leads to this kind of weird situation where... Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know how to describe it, but try out this build of the game for yourself and you'll see what I mean. I'm holding up. Weird. Definitely not how the movement works in the version of the game that I'm used to. We're gonna hope that we have extra stomach option. The extra stomach mutation show up as an option as well. I can't speak, man. I'm kind of fried. It's been very hot where I live, and it is currently the end of April. April 21st, so it's only gonna get hotter, and I think I might perish in the heat. It is... My bloodline was not built for the heat, but here I am anyway. So, you know, I'll do my best. It's actually been impacting my stream as well. In case you don't know, I've been trying to stream 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. But because of the time that my wife is at work lines up perfectly with the hottest hours of the day. So, when I try to go live, sometimes I can only go live for like less than an hour before my computer begins to scream in pain from overheating. Fire Eater is funny. This is Boiling Veins in this version of the game. No damage from explosives, so you don't have to be at half health or lower. Might be good to take, honestly, since I don't think Pluto's going to be that good for us. Maybe I will take Pluto, though. I don't know, man. It is kind of an uncanny experience playing this when you're used to modern versions of the game. Just because of how, like, weird and slightly off everything is. It kind of feels like Timu Nuclear Throne. Everything is named slightly weird compared to what I'm used to. It's not second stomach, it's extra stomach. It's not the energy sword, it's the laser sword. You know, so it just feels a little odd, but I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're doing it. Mostly just because recording this video means I actually did get Ultra Mutant, which I'm very happy about. That was one of the games to 100% on Steam that I honestly never thought I was going to do, was Nuclear Throne. Maybe we take Fire Eater here. I don't anticipate explosions being that big of a deal. Maybe we just take Back Muscle. I think Back Muscle was still, like, absurdly good in this version of the game, although, I don't know, where it would vastly increase the quantity of ammo that you get, like the number of ammo drops. Seems like that's the case, to be honest. Alright, well, yeah, I did try to record this before, but because of the way that I was recording, it was, like, blurry and fucked up. I had to start over. But I did have a run with an auto crossbow and a Gatling slugger, and I ran out of ammo on both of them and then died. So maybe Back Muscle is kind of a necessity here. We'll see. I am kind of feeling the lack of health mutations right now, though. Although we just got some health. Oh, the weird wall thing just kind of fucked me up. Oh god. Assassins were scary even then. Even back in, like, 2013 or whenever this version of the game is from. The assassins are very scary. Crowns are loyal. I'm sorry. I spawned on top of Big Dog. Hello. That's cool. Very cool, Big Dog. How are you? Oh, assassins. Fuck off. Yeah, and sometimes when I right-click, it doesn't really work. It seems like if you're moving, you can't shield, which maybe not the best design decision that they made, but, you know. Don't think I want the laser pistol. Between the screen shake and the lag, it becomes pretty unplayable. So we're gonna avoid that. I haven't been using the slugger very much. Maybe I should. Oh, yeah, and that happens when you beat Big Dog as well. Sometimes the portals have suction, sometimes it seems like they don't. Maybe we take shotgun fingers here. Definitely don't want extra feet. Lucky shot, probably not necessary. Yeah, give me this. And we're on the caves now, which is a fairly scary place to be. The crabs, with a frame rate like this and screen shake, it's pretty easy to get crabs in your face that you can't really deal with. I do kind of like the crabs being purple. I understand why they made them the opposite color of the level, so when you go to... Did my slug just clip through a wall, by the way? I think it did. When you go to the cursed caves, you know, you've got the purple ones, and when you go to the regular caves, you've got the orange crabs. I think that was a good design decision, in general, for visibility of stuff. Super crossbow, you say? I keep seeing the same bad mutations, man. I don't think Gamma Guts is very good at all, but I'm gonna take it. So we, loose quotes, looped. Not exactly a loop, but we're back in the desert, I guess. Welcome back to 1-1. So the way loops worked in this version of the game were very weird, very strange. And hopefully I'll get to show that off. Hopefully. We'll see. This is so weird. I made one run about a month ago when I was testing this. And I kept meaning to record the video, but I never got around to it. Oh, there it is. There's the energy sword. Give me that. It's called the laser sword. Fine. So we need long arms now. It's like desperate need. Oh no, my rads! That's fine. I don't think we can spawn horror in anyway, so that's fine. Oh god. Yeah, and in my one run as Crystal, I managed to get an auto crossbow and the laser sword, and I was able to get to as far as the game basically lets you. You hit a point where you just start replaying the same level over and over, and hopefully we'll get to discover that jank in real time together here in this video. We'll see, though. I'm okay with the super crossbow. Yeah, really hope that our last mutations are just, like, long arms and extra stomach. Which also just feels really cursed to say. There's extra stomach. We could also take bloodlust, but extra stomach seems a little better. We've got Pluto. We've got synergy. And rabbit paw, I guess. What? I like that they made the changes to the names, but it feels so strange. Me being used to the modern names of all these things. Alright, and he's dead. You're dead? That's good, amen! Yeah, I've been getting really back into TF2, which is probably not the best thing for me to be doing at this point in my life, but God, the game is just so much fun. It's one of those games where getting good at it feels really good. Hyper Rifle, I'll pick it up and shoot it. It is the screen shake gun. This game. In this version, I should say. It is basically just a gun that makes it so you can't see what's happening. It also makes it so all your bullets miss. I don't think we want the screen shake gun. So let's see if we can make it back to the Crystal Caves, which is the level that we will just repeat forever. And yeah, because I just recorded an entire 20-minute video that I cannot upload because it is blurry, forgive me if I repeat some stuff in this video, because there are some things that I will have thought that I didn't say because I thought they were in the other recording, but they were actually all earlier in this recording, and I'm not the smartest man ever, so, you know, keeping track of such things is not easy. I don't know if mimics are in this version of the game. That's kind of a funny thought. Kind of hope not, just because I don't want to touch a mimic. There's an assault slugger. That's a decent weapon, too. I think we're going to stick with what we got, to be honest. And for... I would accept either Bloodlust or Long Arms for our last mutation. Really hope it's Long Arms, though. I guess Scarier Face would also be fine. Crow ate 2 of his own shots. Feels good. There's Long Arms. Give it to me. I'm not even going to look at what else is there. Alright. My only goal is to survive at this point. We don't actually have that much further to go. Stupid fucking rats, man. I have to, like, let go of the button when I reach a wall to stop, which is such a weird feeling, man. But that is how the game works, so I have to adapt to it. Not gonna take the bazooka. You may want me to take the bazooka, maybe we'll fire it once. Ah, scary. Not taking that. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal with the shielding is either. There's also a super slugger. Did I take, I did. I gotta take that instead of the crossbow, right? For all the bounces. Yeah. Seems good. I was in the middle of a train of thought, and it has been derailed. Although, if you're a longtime viewer, you're probably used to that by now, so, you know. I'm still gonna do Nuclear Throne videos from time to time. I really doubt it's gonna be daily uploads anymore. I may try to release a video every day, but it may not be a Nuclear Throne video every day. I was saying, well, this is a train of thought that I derailed a while ago now, but yeah, I've been getting very into TF2, having a really good time working on TF2 videos and stuff like that. I have like a huge backlog of TF2 clips and stuff that I want to upload as well, that I'll need editing. And because I am a bad video editor, I have one of the worst personality traits of all time, which is just, if there's something that I'm bad at, I really don't like doing it. And a couple years ago when I started streaming, I was actually getting pretty into the video editing thing. But all of the skills that I developed during that time are now gone, replaced with nothing. Replaced with knowledge of world events. I died, by the way. Damn it! We were so close. Which you don't want to know about those world events, do you? No. We'll try one more, since we are only 14 minutes into the video. And we can get back there relatively easily, although finding another laser sword is going to be fairly unlikely, unfortunately. Seems like long arms doesn't actually help all that much, so maybe we don't care about that. Although it's definitely better than not having it. If we see it. If it pops up, I'll take it. Anyway, man. Yeah, so I have been kind of reticent to relearning all the video editing stuff. Also, like, fun little fact, which I think I've mentioned in videos before as well. I bought a fairly expensive laptop last year, hoping that it could be my computer for the foreseeable future. And little did I know that buying an Asus gaming laptop, well, I knew I was moving, so I kind of, like, got rid of my desktop and fully moved over to a laptop, right? Because I needed something that was at least some... I just took 3 hits to a maggot. That hurts, man. Physically and emotionally. That was rough. I wanted something that was more portable, and I ended up with this computer that is quite bad. It does not like there was some issue with microcode or something like that that caused the CPU to just not work up to capacity. And I don't know, it was a big scandal. They covered it on Linus Tech Tips or whatever. God damn it. I think there was a quick restart button that I did not press as well. Yeah, so my computer just, like, straight up refused to render videos. I would play, like, Hollow Knight on there, and it would just, like, freeze every once in a while, which was really great. Really liked that. And I think because it was such a big scandal, Asus was kind of forced to, like, fix the problems. They probably fired the guy who fucked up the microcode and stuff. I don't know if microcode was the problem with the Intel CPUs. I have a sort of technical background. I mean, I have a degree in fucking computer science, but I haven't been using it for years now. So, naturally, I don't remember the right term. But there was some shit was fucked. Let me just put it in terms that we all understand. Some shit was fucked, and my computer refused to do anything. And it would just, like, freeze from time to time. And now I have other issues that I think are related to power and stuff like that. But, you know, I guess. We'll start with extra stomach. Anyway. All of this is to say maybe don't buy an Asus laptop. Maybe don't buy a gaming laptop in general. Maybe don't buy any computer stuff right now because RAM is prohibitively expensive. I think SSDs are as well, which sucks. Fuck AI, by the way. Ages ago, somebody left a comment on one of my early Nuclear Throne videos about how AI was gonna, like, take out AAA studios because everybody could just make their own games or whatever, and that's not what's gonna happen. AI is just gonna ruin everything about normal life, and it's already gone well and far on the way to do that. Anyway, I'm getting all weird with this video. Hope you don't mind. Did you notice how the mutation text, like, touches there, almost? It's a super weird quirk of this version of the game as well. I wonder how long that, UI for mutations stuck around. Definitely prefer the like, portal animation that we have in modern Nuclear Throne. Man, the feeling of, like, trying to just stop when I'm at a wall and instead the game just changes my direction kind of randomly. It must not be random because there's some consistency to it, but it doesn't feel great. Ow. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do our best here. I'm kind of just stream of consciousnessing this one. I'm not used to just recording videos like this anymore. Yeah, I guess we can take Laser Brain to show off the jank. And then I'll drop the laser pistol. But look at the lag every time I shoot the thing now. I picked up the mutation that lags. Nice. Really good. Yeah, you would think from the way that I'm talking about this that I hate this game. But obviously, like, I'm only playing this version because I love Nuclear Throne. It is one of my favorite games of all time. Where's all my ammo, though? I feel like I haven't been just firing all of my shots into walls. Although, maybe I have? Yeah, we're gonna drop the laser pistol now because that lag is just pretty hard to manage. And we'll keep going here. See if we can reach purgatory. Which is what happens if you live long enough in this version. The shielding feels weird, but it's definitely... Ah? Damn assassins, man. It's definitely less negatively impacting on your run than the fish's dog shit dodge roll. Maybe all of my ammo has been going to me getting health packs instead of ammo because I keep getting hit. Oh, I can't get my weapon chest! I don't even think there are big weapon chests to get. Back muscle seemed really good. Probably still want rhino skin. If I can get it, I would say. Ooh, very narrowly avoiding that fire. Not avoiding it there. Okay, I was just wrong before when I said it does 2 damage in this version. Was that in the, in this recording, or the one that will be gone to time? I do not remember. Do not know. Look at all that ammo. Fuck. Oh. It is really hard to keep a grasp on what is happening. Let's see if we can not blow ourselves up on Big Dog this time. Might be modestly difficult. Seems like his bullets still drop ammo and stuff. Kinda... I say still. Yeah, they definitely still do in the public version of the game that we've all played, but in this version. God, I killed him so fast with the Super Slugger. I think that's... Oh, I died again. It's just, it's really hard to maneuver here. You know what? We'll hit one more. How's that? We'll hit one more before I reinstall Ultramod and never touch this version of the game ever again. Maybe there's interesting stuff about other characters. If you'd like to see me play Melting on this, leave a comment, I guess. And we'll go from there. Who knows, man. Yeah, but I've been playing Balatro a lot. I've been playing Slay the Spire 2. And I think I've reached my skill... I've reached the level where I no longer can win, which is around Ascension 7 and 8. But the new patch actually has helped me out a lot. The characters I was struggling with got buffed, so that's good. Probably means that I'm gonna struggle with the other characters now. But you know, Regent was feeling really hard. There are big weapon chests in this version. What do you mean? I'm kind of shocked. Fascinating. I think the laser pistol can kick rocks, unfortunately. I love the laser pistol. It's just, you know, this version of the game has some quirks to it. It's gotta be Pluto. Yeah. Plutonium recycle. Very good. Very, very good. Super glad about that. There is a certain charm to this version of the game, I gotta say. Like, it has the sauce that regular Nuclear Throne had. I guess it's just, it feels hostile to play because I'm so used to the modern version of the game. If I tried it in this version, I do think I probably would have stuck with it through development. That bandit shot me in the back. That's quite rude of him. That's the thing about bandits in this game. In every version of this game, they, like, most of the time they don't do anything, which leads you to underestimate them. And then sometimes they do, in fact, do something. Yeah, it's a little sad, like... I do really like Nuclear Throne, but to play at the skill level that I was playing at towards the last couple videos, the ones that you may have seen in the last couple days, I need to play the game a lot. And, you know, I really am pretty sure that this is not a thing. Yeah, there's no pizza sewers. Makes sense. I need to basically play so much of the game that I burn myself out and then I don't want to play anymore. And I really wish that Nuclear Throne was a bicycle kind of a game. You could pick it up like riding a bicycle. You haven't played in a week? That's fine. You hit loop 3. But unfortunately, for me to hit loop 3, I need to play a bunch of runs every day, and with the amount of content that there currently is in the game, I just, you know, I will burn myself out. That's really all there is to it. So, we definitely are at the end of an era. Somebody left a comment like that on the final video as Eyes, where we unlocked Ultra Mutant. Really glad I didn't save like a melting run or something for my last round, by the way. But it really is the end of an era. I am best with like my relationship with games is best when there is a goal to work towards, such as unlocking Ultra Mutant. And once I have done that and there's nothing left to do in the game, I'm like, well, yeah, I could just keep playing, I guess, but I don't know. There's no more goals. There's nothing else to push towards. Which definitely I experienced with The Binding of Isaac as well. I hit Dead God, and then it was like, okay, well, whenever they update the game and add more achievements, I'll go and play for a little while and unlock those achievements, and then, you know, that's kind of it. Mods do help. I was kind of hoping that Ultra Mod would be something that I was enjoying more. I do like it. I just don't know if I want to play it, you know, as much as I've played the base game, sadly. And there's a ton of content too. It just I don't know. Maybe I haven't oh, hello. Maybe I haven't done the things that I need to be doing to unlock the stuff that I would really like. Maybe there are characters I haven't even tried that I would love. I should at least give Ultramod the chance, where I like try all the characters at least a little bit, try some of the game modes and stuff. See if there's something in there that I really do like, that's worth sinking my teeth into. Spawning right next to Big Dog again feels scary. We're gonna try to make sure we don't blow ourselves up on him. Oh my god. No, the assassins. This is looking quite bad for us. Our hero, being me. It's looking bad for our hero. At least you can still reflect bullets. I kind of want to science it and see if I can reflect a bullet and then still get hit by it. Oh man. Yeah, it's kind of fucking with my head the way that, like, I will press the spacebar and it just straight up won't switch my... Damn you, Big Dog. Big Dog is my nemesis in this. You know what it is? The levels are just smaller. Like, the Big Dog level is just really small. We'll take long arms. Although, maybe back muscle was a better choice there. God, if I get close enough to one of these crabs that it decides to come in at me, I'm gonna fucking die. Crossbow is still my goat. I am very happy to announce the crossbow is still very much a good weapon. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, like, this does definitely still have the sauce of Nuclear Throne. A lot of the balancing and stuff stayed similar. They just kind of made the game better over time. Like, you'll notice that the crystals die in 3 crossbow bolts. They kind of nailed that from the start, it seems. I almost wasn't expecting that. I was expecting some of the numbers to be a little different. But a lot of stuff feels really similar. So it's pretty familiar. These are all pretty bad. What does Throne Butt do? Is it gonna teleport me? Oh, fuck, it is. Alright. Well, maybe it's time that I learn how to use this fucking ability. Oh, the walls, man! The way the walls work. That is a super crossbow. I mean, that's an upgrade, right? I really want to just stop when I hit a wall and not do this nonsense. You know, the benefit of playing this version of the game is if I go back and play the, you know, build 100, update 100, it'll feel really good. You know, I think part of it is there's no sound for switching weapons. I think that's part of the reason that I keep being confused, thinking that I've swapped my weapons. Because it doesn't make a sound to confirm. Like, I have to be looking or firing. I do think I need back muscle, unfortunately. Oh god. I think I'm gonna need back muscle here to live as long as I'd like to. Yeah, and it's weird, like, once you know the stuff about, like, if you walk into walls, you'll keep going. You can try to play around it, but it'll definitely still just kind of screw you up from time to time if you're not actively thinking about it. I guess out of these, it has to be Rabbit Paw. I would have preferred back muscle, I think, actually. Oh, hello, Big Bandit. Oh, god. The way it moves the camera. Super weird. Oh, man. Probably gambling with the explosive damage there is a bad plan. I kind of wanted to just barrel stuff Big Bandit there. That would have been fun, at least, but very dangerous, unfortunately. I don't know if he has the charge in this version, to be honest. I haven't gotten close enough to test it out. Oh, that's really uncanny, the way the music just stops after you defeat the large bandit. Mutation 9, what do we got? No back muscle. Hurts a little bit. Maybe we just take Fire Eater? So we cannot blow ourselves up on Big Dog once again. And maybe we can get like a 2,000 kill run. Looping the caves over and over. We'll see. That didn't kill you. I guess he only took 2 bolts, and we've established it takes 3. Yeah, kind of strange how the music is like a little bit louder than the sound effects sometimes. Then other times the sound effects are very loud. I can't imagine it's an easy thing to do to program audio for a game, so I'm not like just talking shit just to do it. Like, you know, obviously they've resolved a lot of these issues. There's definitely still some weird sauce in the Nuclear Throne sounds. I think that's undeniable. Ah. Apparently we missed someone. Why is it always this level that I'm missing a random rat on? Well, I haven't got to worry about dying to Big Dog. At least to the explosion. So I'll take that. More than just a rat this time, huh? How did you survive that crossbow shot? The super crossbow. There's laser rifles in this game, huh? Have I got... I have long arms. It really doesn't feel like I do. The benefit... Oh no! I haven't right-clicked in a while. Oh. Oh, I think my headphones are dying. Sure sounds like they are. I forgot to charge the case. I got a new set of headphones. And they lasted so long that... Weird wall walking fucks me over again. Yeah, they lasted so long that I just forgot to charge them. Now I'm recording a video, during which my headphones will probably cut out. Wonderful. I haven't seen Bolt Marrow, so I don't know if that's a thing, actually. I thought I remembered getting it, in the run that I did ages ago now. Perhaps not. An AR once again. Where's the last guy? It's always a crow. When it's not a rat. Okay, 3-2. I'm also, yeah, I'm just so used to the quality of life stuff from update 100 even, where like I get to see what level I'm on at all times. Like trying to track that stuff mentally, I just don't even think about it anymore. It was definitely a factor in the past. Like you had to manually, you know, always know where Little Hunter was and when he was gonna show up in your game. I didn't mean to click there. Whoops. That's fine. It does seem like there are no crown vaults, which is an uncanny missing feature. But yeah, I definitely don't think I have to worry about horror. It would be crazy if he was in this version of the game and I just never Oh god, don't do that to my camera. Trying to make space in the level. Big dog wakes up and fucks up my camera. I guess we could use the bazooka. We can't get hit by explosions, so... At a minimum, I can, You hear that audio? At a minimum, we can kill Big Dog with it. I guess I could use the teleporting to try to get health packs and stuff, but... Yeah, so I think we're gonna be on 4-1 forever now. I think. If my memory is correct, which it is oftentimes not, so forgive me if I'm wrong. I think we're just... Don't forget, you're here forever. I know that is from The Simpsons, but I've never seen the episode, the particular Simpsons episode in which that takes place. I actually haven't seen much of The Simpsons. Funnily enough, my English teacher in like 10th grade was really into The Simpsons. He was like an old head Simpsons fan, and he would play clips from The Simpsons to us to demonstrate concepts about 10th grade English class. I don't know. That guy was kind of cool. Do I want the Super Slugger again? I kind of do. I don't have shotgun shoulders this time. Or shotgun fingers. I think that's fine. Yeah, I had... You know, one of my favorite experiences from public school was just all the quirky, weird teachers. Oh, yep. 4-1 forever. All the quirky teachers that I had, many of which were quite fun to be in their class. It's because of how, like, weird and strange their lectures would be. Maybe we do try to see if we can spawn a horror, if that's a thing. I kind of feel like it's not, right? But I want to try anyway. You know, do some science. Yeah, we'll leave that behind. We've skipped 2 of those now. I would believe that there is, in fact, not horror, but, or that horror is in the game, but, like, the big, rat canisters and stuff aren't. You know, some, like, weird mixture with mechanics. But no, I'm pretty sure he just was not a thing yet. I do wonder who the locked characters are that I have not unlocked. Perhaps we'll see after this run, because this is about as far as you can make it into the game. In fact, it is exactly as far as you can make it into the game. Oh, I had the urge to pause there. That would have been so sad. It would have just kicked us out. Back to the main menu. Oh no, game says. Green rats must die. Yeah, so at this point I think I'm, like, fairly accustomed to the weird wall moving and the things like that. The screen shake and such that make this version of the game feel so weird to play. Like, you do kind of get used to that stuff eventually. And it doesn't even take long. I've been recording for 40 minutes. I kind of hoped that I would do this well in an earlier run, but, you know, it is what it is. When we die is when we die, and that's when the video is just going to end, so we'll keep it going for now, for the time being. Oh, every time the assassins wake up and I don't kill them, I'm, like, a little scared. Yeah, there's no boss, there's nothing, we're just here forever. And you may notice there's not even really scaling. Like, every time we come back to this level, it's not like more enemies spawn in or anything. It's just the same. It does make me wish that there were some, like, intermediary builds of the game between Update 100 and this that are available. I know there's, like, modding versions and stuff. But I want to play, like, the... You know... The versions from the mid-2010s that were kind of in between. I think that would be fun. They might be available, like, online somewhere. If you know of such a thing, that would be, you know, a cool thing to let me know about. And I can, you know, then go and install a virus on my computer to make it even more impossible to make videos? No, if such a thing does exist, I would like to know about it, to give me an idea for other things to try out for videos, you know? Because there are definitely versions of the game where looping existed and stuff. Like those old Star Video territories where he would do Nuclear Throne videos. Another Gatling Slugger. Game really wants me to take the Gatling Slugger. I'm okay. Game, thank you. I'll be fine without it. Although I'm sure it's pretty decent here. I'm happy with what I got. Who have I left behind? Yeah, eventually, like, you get strong enough, too, with mutations and stuff. I'm not taking as much damage here. Enemies are around. I never finished that train of thought about those Star Video versions of the game. But yeah, like, looping was a thing, but the enemies didn't scale nearly as fast, so you could make it, like, further in the loop on less skill. Which is part of the reason that, you know, sounds good to me, man. Like I said, I don't want to have to play this game as, like, a full-time job. Bro. That was, every time I was trying to peek that, my character would just walk funny. Or, like, try to peek it, and then he would walk weird around the corner. I have taken a hit to a rat. I keep thinking that my crown is, in fact, an enemy. Oh my god, I actually almost died to that crab as well. And there's still an enemy around. It's you, Mr. Bandit. Alright. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good time. Enjoying the game and everything. It's not really that much to talk about at this point, man. I'm just trying to live. I was mentioning quirky teachers I had in high school. Do I have any other funny examples? I think everybody probably can relate to this, but I had a... we didn't call it history for some reason because, I don't know, if my state felt like they had to be special about it or something, but we called it social studies, which is essentially history class, which is essentially like American propaganda class. And then the Pilgrims and the Indians, they had a meal together. And it's like, well, is that exactly what was happening? No, not really. Anyway, yeah, this one social studies teacher, I think I mentioned she would let us stay after class and just play games on the computer in her classroom, which was pretty cool. But she also had, like, a real affinity for frogs. And so students would bring her, like, little frog tchotchkes, and she would just display them around the room. And by the time I was in her class, there were, like, a ton of frogs all over the room. It's kind of fun. I also had, another social studies teacher, like a couple years... Oh, no! Assassins, man. A couple years after that, who, like, was actually a big softie, but his whole thing was that he was, like, method acting as a hard ass. And it was really funny. And because most of the kids in my grade... He explicitly did not teach the, like, advanced versions, like the AP or whatever versions of that class. He taught, like... No shade to the kids that were in the class with me, but, like, you know, the kids who are not so good at school, let me just put it that way, were his students. And, you know, he would give questions that were like, who was the first president of the United States? And it would be like, A, Ronald McDonald, B, Uncle Sam, C, George Washington, or D, Barack Obama. And it would be like, okay, well, if anybody gets this wrong, like, what are they doing? Like, you answered Ronald McDonald? Are you being serious right now? Did you even read the question? Can you read? And I think he kind of realized, like, even back then I was interested in history, you know? And, I would try to, like, I was such a dork in high school. Not only did I graduate high school a year early, like a total fucking dork. Mostly just because my friend did. Shout out to, my friend Caleb. Who, was like, I'm graduating a year early. And I was like, you can fucking do that? I don't want to be here anymore. And so I was like, I'll also just do the same thing. What do I have to do? Take 2 gym classes? I'm sorry, can you deflect the laser with the energy sword? I'm sorry, the laser sword? That's crazy, by the way. Yeah, so I would try to, like, hang out after class with teachers and talk to them about current events and history and stuff. And this one teacher, I'm not going to say his name here, But he was just like, Niall, you don't belong in my class. you do not belong in my class. You know, I run the class for the dumb kids. Just try not to make too much of a ruckus. And also, I don't want to have relationships with students. Move along. Go to your next class. Get out of here. And I always found it to be such a funny interaction. It was always like the weird substitute teachers and stuff. We had a long-term sub for another history class who I would talk to about history and stuff, and he was super cool about it, but anyway. Trying to think of other like quirky teachers that I had. A lot of them were science or history teachers, which were the things that I was most interested in. The math teachers were, you know, they were math teachers. We had the one lady who had cigarette breath, you know, as our math teacher, kind of your standard fare. All the other little boys would be like, "Oh, she's so hot," and then she would come over and like look at my paper. I would ask a question, and she would like lean over the table, and she would just have cigarette breath, and I would be like, "Ugh." You know. Anyway, I thought it was kind of weird, kind of strange that other students would talk about how hot teachers were. I was like, this is a strange thing to be doing. Like, I get it, we're humans. There's the impulse to do such a thing from time to time. Okay, strange. We're dodging here and there. I'm just filling time, man. I'm basically filibustering my own video at this point. I hope I haven't revealed too much personal information at this point, but, you know, whatever. Whatever indeed. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other, like, interesting teachers that I had. Yeah, our calculus teacher was pretty great. She wasn't, like, as quirky or weird as any of the other teachers, but she was just very, like, no-nonsense. Would explain things very well. And if you had questions, she was very happy to answer them. And I went and visited her, like, after I graduated high school and I was in college and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, you know, how's college doing? You taking math?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just finished Calc 3. And, there was, like, this awkward pause. She was like, "Okay, you got anything else to tell me?" And I was like, "Not really." And she was like, "Okay, well, alright, I got stuff to do." It's very matter of fact. It does make you wonder how many, like, calculus teachers and stuff are just, like, a little bit autistic. But, you know, they just teach math to children, and so nobody really notices. It does evoke that, I'm not trying to, you know, armchair, what do you call it? Diagnose my calculus teacher from high school. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just found those interactions to be pretty funny. I was kind of notorious in her class for doing very well on the tests and not really completing my homework. And so, during that same interaction, she said to me, "Are you doing your homework?" And I was like, most of the time, if it's important for my grade. I don't know. I had this problem with my college courses a lot where, like, professors would kind of just give you homework just to give you something to do. And now, I mean, people just use, like, ChatGPT to do their calculus homework for them, which probably don't do that. Probably not a good idea for your education, but, you know, I can't stop you if that's what you're interested in doing. It just goes back to another way that AI is fucking skull-fucking our society from the ground up. But, I was like, "No, I'm not doing all my homework." But she's like, "Are you still getting hundreds on your tests?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, you know, at least at least you're still doing that." I was like, "Thanks. Appreciate it." I'm trying to think of any other interesting, like, high school anecdotes. It's honestly, like, not that many weapons that... Anyway, back to talking about Nuclear Throne. We've just been playing the Crystal Caves for a while now. The hard part is really just not getting blown up by Big Dog, apparently. So that level is just so cramped. Yeah, what was I saying? Any other weird teachers or moments from high school that were interesting? I don't know, man. I was telling my wife was like, have you ever gotten in a fight? And I was like, no, not really. I never got in a fight. I'm a small guy. If you've seen the videos that include my face cam, you know, you can certainly confirm that yourself. Go watch my most recent Slay the Spire video. I'm a small dude. I would have lost any fight that I got in. And then I was like, oh, a friend of mine did punch me in the face during math class one time. Though, I still don't remember what I did to provoke it. I'm sure I did something, because I'm a little shitter. Especially I was in, like, 9th grade or whatever. That might have been 8th grade, actually. I was, like, pre-algebra. And yeah, my friend just punched me in the face in 8th grade math class. And, you know, my memory of it is just, like, being kind of blindsided by it, not expecting it, and then, you know, just kind of... I was mostly invested in just not having anybody else in the class realize that I had just been punched in the face. So I kind of just, like, sat there and was like, okay. It's the only time I can remember being punched in the face. Maybe my sister punched me in the face, actually. That sounds like something that probably happened. I had a quite contentious relationship with my older sister when I was younger. We get along fairly well now, but... you know, I think most of that is just distance, you know? But, it was one of those weird situations where, like, the older members in my family would kind of... how do you say... have favorites in a way that you probably shouldn't. I'm talking about, like, my grandparents and aunts and uncles and stuff would have favorites, and I was such a precocious little shitter that I tended to be the favorite, and, you know, my sister was also a perfectly fine human being as a child. Like, definitely deserved the same amount of attention from family, and did not get it, and so, you know, that definitely led to resentment and stuff. And I was also just a little shitter as well. And so, you know, there was weirdness. But yeah, I got punched in the face in math class. It's, I don't know. Kind of a strange place to get punched in the face, right? I don't know why I didn't, like, rat out my friend. But we continued to be friends for years after that. He would, like, take me to go see, like, college hockey games with his family and stuff. It was pretty cool. I have a lot of fond memories of that, actually. He popped into my Twitch chat a while ago, too. I was like, holy shit. I haven't thought about you in a while. I didn't ask him if he remembered punching me in the face in math class. Maybe I should have. Oh, there was a gator somewhere shooting me, apparently. Alright, at this point, there's not really much more to show. We're just in the loop. And it's the same level over and over. So if this is something that interests you a lot, you know, go download the nostalgia build of the game, but I'm really glad this is not what looping looks like now, because it's, I'm really having to work to fill time here. Filibusters. There's not much game to talk about. What mutations I'm going to get or what bosses are coming up. There's nothing. It's just more caves. Hi, have you visited Crystal Caves? Yeah, I did, in fact, go there 300 times in a row. Yeah. And it's weirdly, like, it's easier than up to this point, where you start looping here on the caves. It seems like I'm doing more damage, too, for some reason. Enemies' health isn't scaling or anything. The quantity of enemies isn't scaling. Can't even take explosive damage. Should I just walk into a crystal? Just to end it? I mean, I kind of want to see, like, how long I can go for, but also at the same time, like, how do I don't know that I got the stamina for that. I got other things to do today. You probably do as well. Well, I mean, probably. Maybe not. If you're watching my YouTube videos, you know? In which case, more power to you. Those days where you got nothing going on. Alright, this is gonna be the last caves. I'm gonna find some way to... Alright. We teleported into the crystal. I made it up over 2,000 kills. Difficulty 40. I wonder how many times I looped on the caves there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Check out my other Nuclear Throne videos, of which there are like 130 now. And yeah, we'll be doing more stuff. Probably the next Nuclear Throne video will be some more Ultra Mod, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, I'll see you later. Have a good one.